You cannot have those type of conversations with everybody. You cannot have them with everybody. Once again, big shout out to you, Favorite One, as we give the Most High Yah all the honor, glory, and all the praise and worship, thanking our Heavenly Father for another blessed day. I want to respond back to you in this video in about four more other emails about how certain topics that you talk about, you really can't talk to certain people about it. You'll find it out in life. And I'm going to start it off like this. You got people that read. You got people that study. You got people that read and study. Then you got people that don't do nothing at all and they want to engage in the conversation. Figure out which one you are. You got people in this life that will argue you up and down on your information that they have never studied on. Catch that. Me and my little brother was just having this conversation about 2 weeks ago. How you got a lot of people want to engage in the conversation, but they never studied on it. So don't let that get you mad. People, I ain't talking about everybody, but a lot of people will knock the information that they've never heard before simply because they've never heard it before. That's why I get these kind of emails on my page all the time. Brother, you need to go deeper. Or brother, you wrong on this, and brother, you wrong on that. And first thing I always say is prove me wrong. As the Bible say, prove all things. There are some things in this life you will never understand. I will never understand. We don't know it all. But I always say, why you knocking information if you never heard it before? That's the first thing they say in my email. I ain't never heard that before, brother. So I totally disagree. Well, that's fine. Because one thing I am not going to do is argue. I leave the arguing to the ones that like to argue, and I keep it moving. I make a lot of people mad when they email me or text me because I won't, I won't respond back to the argue they want to do back and forth. If your mind is made up, I've learned in this life, if somebody's mind is made up on what they want to believe in, I leave them alone. I leave them alone and keep it moving. It's just like if I do a video about cloning or the Watchers, the fallen angels. If you don't agree with the Book of Enoch, why you even want to have a conversation with me? You see what I'm saying? If you don't believe that the giants were here before and after the flood, there is no need for me to have a conversation with you. There are so many things in the Bible people are going to argue about, and the fact of the matter is, don't none of us know it all. You know, anybody can sit up and give their opinion all day back and forth, and then a lot of people are going to use proof text theology to prove what they want. Most of the people that come on my page, they put science over the Bible, evolution over the Bible. They put astrology over the Bible. That's how deep they want to go with it. So I listen, and I just know where to draw the line at with people. And I say, you know what? May the Most High bless you. Have a nice day. So my point is, when you start trying to engage in these conversations with people that don't even study, that want to just go back and forth because he said, she said, or Big Daddy said this, or Papa believed this, you're just wasting time and energy. Everybody can't handle those type of conversations. Trust me, I have rarely a few that I will call on the phone or email it because I know that few can handle the conversation because we study the same stuff, just like Brother Rain. Just like I can call my brother Chris Carr. I can call baby brother JT. It's just only a few, you know, that can go that with that conversation because I know it'll be an intelligent conversation, even though we may say some things we might not agree with. I give you another one of the biggest arguments people arguing about is the earth flat or round? You're gonna get that debate and argument for life. Because so many people believe that it's flat and so many people believe that it's round. But I always ask you the question, what does it have to do with kingdom building? And we have to understand that some people just love a great debate. And some love a great argument. Because it's like, don't nobody want to be wrong. That's why I look at what the word says, use my spiritual discernment, and I just try to tell people the truth. But I've learned to not open up those type of conversations with everybody. That's why I do a lot of ministry on the phone. There are a whole lot of things I don't talk about online in live chats and regular videos, because I know that there's a lot of people that won't be ready for it, but then I know it's a lot of people that will be ready for it. Not saying that I know it all, I just know how people act for doing this so long. I mean, being in ministry so long, off camera and on camera, you have to learn that some people cannot handle those type of conversations because it makes them mad. The truth will make you free. The truth will make you free. And I keep telling people that the truth will make you free, and it would also make you mad at what you was taught growing up once you find out it was all wrong. And that was your favorite loved ones, And I understand, but a lot of people now don't read. A lot of people do, but even in the old days, a lot of people just didn't read. Or let me go back to what I was saying, they didn't study. The reason why I said it, because studying requires more time than just reading. Study goes into investigation mode. When you study, y'all know when I do these videos, I can't tell you the endless hours I study before I post a video. Some videos I can just do off the top, because I've been studied on for so long. But then there are some things, man, I spend hours and hours on before I present it to you guys, because I want you to have the same information I have. And my job is to just bring the message. Your job is to discern it and see if JT is telling the truth, or if you learn it or not. A lot of people tell me, well, brother, I ain't learning nothing from your page. That's fine. But just because you ain't learning nothing from the page don't mean that the next man and the next woman is not. That is not going to hurt my feelings. If you're not learning and you deeper than me, may the Most High bless you. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. I tell people, but don't, when you look at me on camera, when you try to be, a lot of people try to belittle you when they think, well, brother, you just didn't go deep enough in that video. Some videos I don't go deep enough to you, but it's deep enough to somebody else. We have to keep in mind everybody is on different levels, spiritual levels especially, and everybody, once again, ain't on the meat. Some people are on the milk. You got people, babes in Christ, that just came on board. So you gotta be careful how you knock folks out of the way with all your knowledge that you be saying. Well, I would have went deeper than that. First of all, you don't know who calls me, and I always tell people, you don't know who called me and what I talk about on the phone versus why you talking about I didn't go deep enough. But that's cool with me. I don't get mad at stuff like that. It may be not deep to you, but deep to somebody else. But I've learned, once again, to answer your question, brother, just be careful and cautious with, these conversations that everybody's not ready for. You got people that don't even study at all, and they, like I say, they want to argue with you. I remember about 15, well, that had to be almost 20 years ago now. I was over my sister-in-law's house, my twins' brother, wife at the time, and they got into a deep conversation about, the rapture and the color of Christ, and tithing and offering and the color of these. They were just all arguing over those subjects. And the sad thing was, the one that's arguing, you ask the question, how much do you read the Bible? They'll tell you, I don't even read the Bible. It's just what my mama said or what my daddy said. See, that's crazy. But that's how people do, because being in tradition and knowing what you was taught, that's what you're going to go off of. But how many, once again, the key word is, how many people are actually, truly studying? That's the key right there. How many people are actually, truly studying? So, just like if I was to say tonight, I'm gonna do a live chat, about the Watchers. I'm gonna use that for an example again. The Bible calls them in Genesis the fallen angels. But just say I do that topic, and then I have 10 people that ain't never studied, and they want to come on live on the panel and just start talking about what they heard versus what they have studied. It's not going to be a great live chat is going to be a debate or argue, because somebody going to want to keep proving a point, you know. And I like to use the Book of Enoch and the Apocrypha because a lot of people don't agree with it. That's why I did the video said in the original, the Apocrypha was in there, but they took it out. You know, when people always say, don't talk about the Book of Enoch or this and that. Well, what do you think Jude referred to? It had to be a book. Jude referred to Enoch. Joshua referred to Jasher. So if people just argue all day because it's not in the King James Bible, you want to argue the King James is the truth and all this. No, you better look at what happened to that Bible also. And I mean that with all respect. No disrespect toward the Most High's word, but man had their hand on it. See, man like to add and take away. That's why we got all these different translations of the Bible. Some of them, these translations will have you so far off base. Man, I'm just trying to tell you the truth. You know, that's why you need that's why you need the Apocrypha and the strong concordance. You know, I like to tell people, look at the Blue Letter Bible. It's some material out here that puts it in line. And a lot of them books that you say that's missing, and I agree with you. Yeah, that's what completes it. But if you don't agree with it, you will be lost. You know, I tell people all the time, I love the King James Version. But even with King James, if you don't read the Bible in chronological order, and I did many videos on that, chronological order puts it more in place than it already is. So with that being said, I hope I answered your question. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. Shalom.